the Mumbai studios of Republic TV, it's time for Arnab Goswami on The Debate.
Arnab Goswami on The Debate at 10. Presented by Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 3 5G. Powered by Reva University, Vedanta, B1 and Greenland.
And ladies and gentlemen, the big story today is that Pakistan has officially gone on record and admitted that it has been supporting at every possible level, economic, logistical, in terms of infrastructure, all the leading terrorist groups of the world. The admission has come from their interior minister, who has said that we have been funding, supporting, feeding the Taliban, and of course, therefore, by default, the Al-Qaeda, the ISIS, and all the other terrorist groups which owe their sustenance to the Taliban. Some people find the statement is shocking, but in fact, it's not the kind of statement that the government of Pakistan can go back on. Unbelievable, though it's true. Let's debate.
A state sponsor of terror has today overtly admitted to being the benefactor of terror. Here, the Interior Minister of Pakistan make the admission on a television show.
कई ये तालिबान लीडर जो टॉप हैं वो पैदा पाकिस्तान में हुए, पढ़े पाकिस्तान में. इसमें तो पाकिस्तान की खिदमत हैं कि इनको हमने तालीम दी और अब भी कई पढ़ रहे होंगे.
But this is not the first on-camera admission of the Pakistan role in building the terror factory of Taliban. Imran Khan's aide said this.
वो तालिबान हमें कहते हैं हम आपके साथ हैं और इंशाल्लाह वो आके हमारे साथ कश्मीर फतह करके देंगे. वो तालिबान हमें कहते हैं हम आपके साथ हैं और इंशाल्लाह वो आके हमारे साथ कश्मीर फतह करके देंगे.
The daughter of the former Afghan president Mohammad Najibullah, Hila Najibullah, exposed Pakistan's role in the Taliban.
The epicenter of jihad is seriously engaging with Pakistan. And any upcoming international conference to bring peace in Afghanistan ensure that there are measures that we have justice, truth, help us exercise our human rights. We want to be.
But the deep links of Taliban with Pakistan must come as no surprise, as Pakistani Prime Minister Imran Khan has been pictured with the Talibani leadership in 2013 at Peshawar. Imran Khan reportedly wanted Taliban's Pakistan wing, Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan, to open their office in Pakistan as well.
Unfortunately for Pakistan, the all-out terrorist appeasement is biting them back. Soon after the Taliban's takeover in Afghanistan, activities of Tehreek-e-Taliban have also increased.
Tehreek-e-Taliban has intensified attacks on the Pakistani security forces, especially in the Waziristan and the nearby areas. They have carried out more than 32 attacks in which they claim to have killed more than 52 security personnel and injuring more than 30, which is one of highest in the recent past, which shows that the terrorist which Pakistan has nurtured has now come back to bite Pakistan itself.
The Taliban has refused to recognize the Durand Line, and images of Afghanistan's border with Pakistan show teeming crowds trying to cross into Pakistan. Tonight, Islamabad has pushed itself into a corner. Rejected by terrorists they wanted to be custodians of, and rejected by the world for terror links. There is no way out for Pakistan now. Let's debate.
We have Jitendra Kumar Ojha, General G.D. Bakshi, Major Gaurav Arya. Mr. Ojha is a geopolitical and security specialist from Delhi. Abdul Samad Yaqub, Imran Sherwani. My first question is to you, Mr. Sherwani. You know, first of all, thank you. You have graciously, honestly, and completely admitted that you have created and sustained the Al-Qaeda, that you are behind the Haqqani network, that you are working with the ISIS, and you have done so by going on record with your serving interior minister, not your retired interior minister, your serving interior minister, Sheikh Rashid, saying, we are the people responsible for the Taliban. We made them. We fed them. We were the custodians of the Taliban. We've been financing them. And therefore, you have done the same for the Al-Qaeda. You've enabled, emboldened, and incubated them. Now tell me, since you have said this publicly, since you have made this admission, are you aware of the consequences of this admission, Mr. Sherwani?
Well, honestly speaking, maybe I am, but the question is whether the people who have made that admission, do they understand what it could mean for the entire region? This is not the question of this interior minister. In 1906, the interior minister we had then, Nasrullah Babar, he was the person who actually organized Taliban and launched that operation not for America, not for the benefit of the Afghans, not for the benefit of Pakistanis, for the benefit of a company, Unicom. Now, Taliban were created for commercial reasons, and even now they are so money-nosed that Pakistan, as long as we can outfund the Taliban, they are ours. But everybody knows in this region, far more money is with India. So my fear is that because of money, India and Taliban would come closer without India realizing that Taliban are not good for Pakistan, for India, for the entire region, not even for Afghanistan.
No, where did India come into this? I mean,
you have just 1
minute, just 1 minute.
The government in India, Arnab, the government in India itself is a money-nosed government. They're not pro-people government. They're as money-nosed as the Pakistani government is right now.
Remember, I'll tell you, Mr. Sherwani, no, just a minute, Mr. Sherwani, I'll tell you one thing.
Sure.
That's 1 minute, hear me. That's rich coming from a Pakistani. You know, when you just began with an admission, he first began with an admission that we are a country which sells our souls. You are a country which sells your soul. I was about to congratulate you. I was about to congratulate you for going on television saying we are a country which has sold our soul. No. I bring you back. I bring you back to the contrary. Mr. Sherwani, I bring you back. I will bring you back to your opening remarks where you have admitted that you have reared, raised, cultivated the Taliban, and therefore, and you have said that.
I do not support his statement.
No, 1 minute. No, whether you support or not is not the issue. The fact of the matter is,
the issue.
No, 1 minute, Mr. Sherwani, listen, you have been,
we knew about what the Taliban were.
Of course you knew, because you cultivated them, you created them, and I think on top of that, Mr. Sherwani,
not the kind of debate you're having right now.
No, 1 minute, Mr. Sherwani.
We go for a debate where we oppose Taliban.
No, you've not opposed Taliban.
I'm still there.
No, you've not. You've not opposed it. You've not. In fact, I think, Mr. Sherwani, with apologies to you personally, Mr. Sherwani, can you stop? I want to respond and tell you something.
Yeah. Anti-Pakistan.
No, I'll tell you.
They're anti-Pakistan. They're not pro-Pakistan.
I'll tell you,
They're not Pakistan.
Mr. Sherwani,
some politicians
will you stop
may be
now?
blind in Pakistan. I don't support them.
Okay.
But Pakistan, do not say that those politicians are stupid, so the Pakistanis are stupid. No. They're just one segment of Pakistan that may be saying that.
Okay.
You cannot blame the entire country for that.
Okay. Mr. Sherwani, have you finished now? Can I respond to you? Thank you so much. Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you. Now, I'll tell you one thing, Mr. Kishorwani. I, in fact, think that people like you are also part of the deep state of Pakistan because you are useful to the Pakistani establishment. In one line you say, allow me to complete, I'll tell you why. Because in one line you say, you know, part of my country is stupid. Well, if you call your government part of the country, then they are stupid, but the use of the word stupid is a very innocent word. Maliciousness, supporting terrorism or being a terrorist or building the Haqqani network or creating the Al-Qaeda General Bakshi is not stupidity. I think Imran Sherwani is part of the deep state because he describes terrorism as stupidity. By this logic, Osama was just stupid. By this logic, Ayman al-Zawahiri is just stupid. No, I'm sorry, you are using the wrong words. Please understand, we caught you red-handed on this television network. Now you are part of the deep state. 1 second, GD Bakshi is there. The implications of the admission by the Pakistanis tonight, General Bakshi, what are the implications? Because they've said so on record. He's their interior minister. They can't deny it.
You know, Arnab, when I heard a Pakistani discussant open the debate, I was deeply impressed by the seeming candor. And then he tied himself up into knots.
Yeah.
Let me just take you a little bit more, in history. Nasirullah Babar, of course, is the father of the Taliban. Initially, the ISI was not too happy with the Taliban because they were supporting the warlords. Can I just finish, please? Okay. So because they were supporting the warlords. Then they found, oh, it is a damn good idea because it seems to be working. And that is the time the Unicol that you talk of came up there and, they said, oh, this is grand. This will get our pipeline through, right? But your involvement doesn't start with the Unicol and with Nasirullah Babar. May I remind you, my friend, that your involvement goes back to 1974 and 75 when Gulbuddin Hekmatyar was recruited, when Engineer was recruited, when, Masood was recruited, when the whole lot of the Mujahideen in Afghanistan were recruited by you. Then the CIA piggybacked on you. And you trained 80,000, Mujahideen for the CIA and you pumped them in. You refused to help Ahmad Shah Massoud, who's the only guy who really fought. I've studied that campaign backwards, my friend. Let me tell you that the Russians had to use the 103rd, 104th, 105th Guards Airborne Division against the Tajiks. The Afghan gangs were just the Pashtun gangs were just 150 to 200 strong. And when the Russians left, and 3 years down the line, unlike the Americans, 3 years down the line, Najibullah fell because Gorbachev pulled the plug on him. He stopped paying the Afghan armies. The people to capture Kabul were the Tajiks of Ahmad Shah Massoud and the Uzbeks of Dostan, right? You brought the Taliban against them to destroy these freedom fighters. You claim to be fighting for freedom in Afghanistan. What business had you to be interfering then after 1989 when the Soviets left? You have tried to destroy the nation state in Afghanistan.
These are the...
Subsume it with Islamic ideology,
General
with jihadi ideology.
General Bakshi, can I take it one step further? Okay. Now, one step further. On our program, we have Abdul Samad Yaqub. Now, he's an official and not an unofficial spokesperson of the Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf. Right? And Mr. Yaqub, you have been saying that TTP is terrible. We don't like the TTP. We don't like the Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan. They are a terrorist group. You have said so on my program. First of all, I'd like to confirm you have said so, haven't you? You remember, just a few days back you said so. You've said so.
I remember.
Have you said so, Mr. Yaqub? You remember? I'm not putting words in your mouth, I'm sure. I hope. Am I? You said that the Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan is a terrorist group.
Yes, exactly.
Right. And any supporter of a terrorist group is therefore also a terrorist.
Exactly.
So Imran Khan is a terrorist because he's the biggest supporter of the Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan in 2013.
Never.
Oh, caught red-handed right now. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, sir. Wait a minute. This is not PTV. This is Republic. Now wait a minute, viewers. Enjoy this. Gaurav, he has said that the Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan is a terrorist group. He has then said any supporter of a terrorist group is a terrorist. Then I have told him that Imran Khan is one of the biggest supporters of Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan. He said no. He has called his own Prime Minister, the leader of his party, the Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf, a terrorist on an Indian TV channel. Right? And I'm telling you that he can't run away from it because if I'm not mistaken, in 2013, Imran Khan used to constantly lobby with the then government that please allow Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan to expand in Pakistan. They must be allowed to officially open up offices. They must have offices like the Afghan Taliban has offices in Qatar. We must facilitate the Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan. We must have a dialogue process and engage with the Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan. They are good people. Imran Khan said this. Did he say it or not, Mr. Abdul Samad Yaqub? Did he say it or not? Am I right or wrong?
Not at all.
Did he say it or not? Of course he said it. Of course he said it.
He said that. He said that. My answer, do not shout.
No. You said it. You have called your Prime Minister a terrorist on India's #1 news channel. You have called your party's leader a terrorist on India's #1 news channel. Viewers, watch this.
We are always in favor of dialogue, no matter.
No. You are trapped. You are trapped. You are trapped.
At that time,
No. Did your viewers please tell everyone to watch right now? Because the Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf spokesperson has called his party chief and the Prime Minister of Pakistan a terrorist on India's #1 news network. People in Pakistan, watch this. Watch this.
Providing a single evidence where Imran Khan has said that allow TTP to open the office in Qatar. Why do TTP needs an office in Qatar?
Not TTP, Afghan Taliban.
Afghan Taliban, yes, we do support Afghan Taliban.
No, one minute. Mr. Yaqub, I will now embarrass you further. Wait a minute. You see, Mr. Yaqub, this is India's #1 news network. We know what we are talking about. You have declared your Prime Minister a terrorist and you have said that the leader of your party is a terrorist. I'm sorry if he will sack you after the program. He should give you an award actually. Because I agree with you. And I'll tell you one more thing. I think your Prime Minister is not just a terrorist. He's a weak man. He has nothing to do. When his free time, he only puts out press releases against Republic. Now my question to you is this. Dawn newspaper, 25th September 2013, and I will read. You asked for proof. Gaurav, he asked for proof.
Yes.
Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf chairman Imran Khan on Wednesday urged the government to declare a ceasefire if it is serious about holding peace talks with militants in Pakistan. The Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf chief Imran Khan also called upon the government to immediately allow militants to open an office in Pakistan, similar to the Afghanistan Taliban office in Qatar, to facilitate the dialogue process, Dawn News reported. So, your present Prime Minister was an advocate of the same people who have killed 130 school children on your country's soil. I have given you proof, sir. I have given you proof. You wanted proof, I gave you proof. Now,
what exactly he means is
Arnab, there's another thing. Arnab, you'll have to add one more point to it.
No. A lot of people call it.
The Taliban decided that they don't want Imran Khan to be their representative. And even though Imran was willing to go and talk to them, Taliban said that we don't want any talks through Imran Khan. So Imran had to back out of that thing. Probably This is where he started
There you are.
realizing that they cannot talk to Taliban. Taliban are not the people you take side with. So right now, yes, they can stand and say, we don't trust these terrorists. But not at that time.
No,
They didn't know how Taliban behaved. That was the problem with them.
So I've given you the proof.
Even if today we would, even if we have an opportunity to have a dialogue with them, we will engage them. We always we are in favor of dialogues and getting to engage militants on the table. Yes, we are always in the favor of that. What is wrong in it? It is you who are not going to talk to Taliban, even although you have now officially started talking.
Here's the article in my hand. I hold a copy of it. It's the Dawn News article. Complete expose on Republic tonight. Please enjoy it, viewers. Have a look. Mr. Yaqub, don't look like that. See the headline. You see it? Imran Khan urges the government to allow the opening of the Pakistan Taliban office. Can you see it? Yeah.
At that time,
at that time we supported terrorists. Now we don't.
Involved in APS, they were not. They were fighting in the Wana.
Oh, so you supported the terrorists before they killed Pakistani children to give you proof that they were terrorists. You didn't have proof then.
Because there
Gaurav,
were
what is he saying?
In Pakistan, and there were outrage amongst TTP. That's why. But later when
no,
they
you're looking bad.
They carried.
Gaurav.
Arnab, when Imran Khan could not win elections, when Imran Khan wanted to become the Prime Minister, he took a turn, he took an extreme right turn, and he started, lobbying for all these organizations like the Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan. And this is a very famous article for Dawn that you're quoting. And I'm surprised that the PTI spokesperson has not heard of this, or is pretending not to have heard of this on an Indian television channel. But it's an open secret. Imran Khan asked the government of Pakistan, let Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan open offices inside Pakistan, engage with them. And even at that time, Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan were saying that we will kill security forces. They were killing Pakistani armies. This is akin to India saying that let us talk with the Lashkar-e-Taiba. You kill the Lashkar-e-Taiba, you don't talk to the Lashkar-e-Taiba. I don't know what you're talking about. Your
Lashkar-e-Taiba doesn't exist in Pakistan.
Okay. So whose office saying?
This is a very.
Whose office saying?
This is again a very
the chief of Jamaat al-Dawa.
Try and understand.
You're saying Arnab, just hold on, sir. Allow me to complete.
But you need to understand.
Sir, allow me to complete. Sir, I did not interrupt when you were talking, sir. Sir, when you are talking, I did not interrupt. Sir, I would request you to allow.
Please go ahead.
Allow me to talk, sir. Yes. Now the PTI spokesperson says that, the Lashkar-e-Taiba does not exist in Pakistan. Sir, हाफिज सईद के ऊपर केस चल रहा है पाकिस्तान सुप्रीम कोर्ट में. आपने जेल में उसको क्यों डाल रखा है सर?
तो आप साबित करें कि उसका ताल्लुक लश्कर-ए-तैयबा से मुझे साबित करें. आप क्या?
सर सुनिए, सर एक मिनट. मैं आपको बताता हूँ. मेरी बात सुन लीजिए. सर एक मिनट. मेरी बात सुन लीजिए. सर हम साबित नहीं करना चाहते. हमें जिस दिन मौका मिलेगा हम उसको जान से मार देंगे. ये साबित करना हमारा काम नहीं है सर. We will kill Hafiz Saeed, sir. We will just the day we find an opening, we'll do it. So please don't say that he's that. And your problem is that you nurture people.
He was roaming freely. When he was roaming freely,
they kill your children.
You didn't dare to kill him.
Yeah, they kill your children. They blow up your mosques. And then you said, नहीं मौका मिलेगा मार देंगे सर उसको. उसके बंदों को मार रखा है यहाँ पे. कश्मीर में ग्रेवयार्ड में
पहले तो ओपनली घूम रहा था वो.
सर सुनिए एक बार. ओपनली वो आज भी घूम रहा है. Openly आज भी घूम रहा है.
Democracy or is it a martial law?
तुम्हारे ना.
Are you telling me that the army decides whenever they want to go ahead and kill people, or is it a democracy where the political leadership will decide whether you want an army?
No, the political leadership. The political leadership. Hold on.
Political leadership understand the way. I respect. I don't agree with them, but I respect their approach.
Wait a minute.
You don't do that.
Leadership
you are not doing that.
The political
no. You always say we're gonna kill.
Ordered the killing.
You can't decide that.
Terrorists.
You are not the person who will decide that.
We killed 300.
Political leadership
will decide that. Now, Balakot strikes were given by Narendra Modi. The orders were given. They were killed. Pakistani terrorists were killed in this. Surgical strike. What are you talking about?
Bakshi is not here.
क्या बात कर रहे हो?
General Bakshi is very much here. General Bakshi, yeah, he's very much there. He is very much there.
General Sahab,
No, don't.
Really, I respect you, and what you said was very important, but we need to go further beyond. This whole issue did not start in only 74. It started much before that, when Fakir of AP decided that he would hand down his, lay down his arms and go back to Afghanistan. Who was he working for? And even beyond that, before the partition.
How does it matter who he working for? He's a terrorist.
Our first Prime Minister was murdered in this whole thing. He was murdered by a man who, the American government cable says, American embassy cables say that he was working for the Afghan Secret Service. So that fight is actually going, it was started by the Britishers. And we, honestly speaking,
Mr. Shirwani,
are stupid if we continue with
Sir, your Prime Minister supports the TTP. Your Prime Minister supports the TTP.
You cannot. My Prime Minister is doing, I've already said.
No, does your Prime Minister, one minute. Imran, one minute. Jitendra Ojha, before I get you back in, General Bakshi, let me get Jitendra Ojha in. I think you're in a trap. I think you have yourself said that your Prime Minister is a terrorist supporter. You have said that your Prime Minister is therefore a terrorist. This is your conclusion, though I completely agree with you. And now you are trying to find an escape route by getting into history of 75 years back. I'm talking about now. What is his name? Sheikh Rashid. What Sheikh Rashid has said today, right, is only an extension of what Imran Khan, Taliban Khan has been saying for the longest time. And Abdul Samad Yaqub, you say, no, 1 minute. And he's been saying it throughout. It's not like he said it today. He is a Taliban cheerleader. You should hold Imran Khan responsible for the killing of 130 Pakistani children in APS. You should be holding him responsible. If you have the guts.
Agree.
If you have the guts, Abdul Samad Yaqub. He was defending the Taliban, Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan. Was he a Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan puppet?
Yes, at that time, because of the drone attack. Because there were some militants who were...
God, he is defending the terrorists again.
Fighting in the Wana.
Jitendra Kumar Ojha.
At that time, we were not in favor of military solution in Wana or Waziristan. Yes, at that time, yes. There were a faction of militants...
No, 1 sec. Jitendra Ojha, please. I want Jitendra Ojha to come in.
Where will you stand when the Indians will go and support Afghanistan? And trust me, they will do that.
Should I speak?
Trust me, they will do that.
Yes. Fact is that we should not blame Imran Khan. Like the way Taliban is a proxy of Pak ISI, Imran Khan is as much proxy of Pak ISI. We all know that civilian government for all practical purposes is a facade. Before coming to power, Imran Khan has been saying that generals don't know how to run the country. But once he has come to power, his entire opinion has changed. It's not me who's saying. Anybody who has been watching Pakistan, including expatriate Pakistanis, they have said that in the entire history of Pakistan, no civilian leader has been as subservient to military leadership as has been Imran Khan. Fact is that Pak ISI has emerged as the biggest aggregator of organized crime and radicalism in this part of the world. People of Pakistan, same people of Pakistan, if they do exist, they must appreciate that it's not that this Pak ISI is a threat to other countries. It is the biggest threat to Pakistan itself. Pakistan was on HDI parameters in one of the top 5-7 countries in 1950s with most fertile land. But this kind of political establishment, this kind of military syndicate, sometimes it is doing the bidding on behalf of Americans. Now they've changed the masters. Do you expect that the same Taliban they have created, will they not change masters? So we should not get into any argument. One should feel sorry for Imran Khan as well as all the people who are speaking on his behalf. Arnab.
Abdul Samad Yaqub, you raise your hand there. I ask you the question once again. Are you happy with the proof that I have given you? Are you happy with the proof I've given you? You want some more proof? General Bakshi, I think he wants some more proof. You have called your Prime Minister a terrorist on an Indian TV channel. I congratulate you. It's all right.
Why would I call him a terrorist?
Arnab,
why you would, I don't have an answer to that, but you have.
A set of people who have... Can I, sir, please? Can I, please? Thank you.
Gaurav.
Thank you. You know, Arnab, it is pointless talking to a set of people who has shown the brazenness, the chutzpah. They harbored, they said they are the allies, the most allied country outside the NATO with the United States, right? And they said that, you know, we are the most allied of allies. And for 8 years, Arnab, they kept Osama bin Laden, the biggest enemy of the United States of America, in a safe house, 4-storied safe house, with an 11-foot wall, 800 meters from the Pakistan Military Academy, Kakul. You know, I mean, a country which can be that brazen in denial, that brazen is chutzpah. That is the only word for it. You know, you can be so utterly devoid of shame, so utterly devoid of honesty and principles. Then what is the point of discussing with a country like this? But let me tell you about, let you forget the past. Let me show you a peep into your future. You know, there is a drought in Afghanistan. The entire funds have been frozen by the Americans. It will, just to pay the bills of the doctors, nurses, you know, school staff, college teachers, $8 to $9 billion a year, right? You are hoist with your own petard. You know, hunger leads to anger. I hope you know that. Hunger leads to anger, and the people of Afghanistan are going to hate you and the Taliban by the time the next 6 months are over. They are not a very forgiving people. The Afghan tradition is of male mastiya and badal. Badal. Have you understood the word? They will come at you. They've already told you.
Abdul Samad Yaqub.
एक मिनट ना, मुझे खत्म कर लेने दीजिए.
Listen to him.
I'd like to listen to you. You are discussing like a gentleman, I thought. मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ कि अफगानिस्तान में, and by the way, I am a Hindu Pathan. There are two traditions. Can I just finish, sir? There are two traditions. One is male mastiya and the other is badal. Male mastiya means that if somebody comes to my house and says, please mere ko bachao, my whole family clan is supposed to get wiped out, but not hand over that man. So that is the male mastiya. That is because of which you did not hand over Osama bin Laden. The Pathans did not hand over. They paid a very steep price for it. You know, you of course, you have handed over so many of the people that have come to you. The second Afghan tradition is badal, that there is the blood feud. If you've done some harm to me, while dying I will tell my son, please sort this guy out. And if you can't do it, my grandson, his great-grandson, they will all be after you.
Great perspective. I have a question. Yeah, go on, General Bakshi. Go on. No, go on. I want to just, General Bakshi, with your permission.
I'll just finish. Please.
No, please, sir.
You know, as I was saying, you claim to have freed the Afghan people from American colonization. You have imposed upon them a worse tyranny. Reflect, man. You are an educated person. Have you seen the fear on the faces of the Taliban who are fleeing? Have you seen the brain drain? Every educated every educated Afghan wants to be out of that hellhole that you have created via the Taliban. They will come for you at a point in time. They will come for you at a point in time. They have already told you, we do not accept the fence on the Durand line.
So
Stop making it.
Now I want to ask the official spokesperson of the Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf a very simple follow-up question. Mr. Yaqub, it's all right. You are sweating, but it's okay. You know, it's okay.
May I ask
you said a while back on my program, you said that Imran Khan may have supported the Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan before they killed 130 Pakistani children. But he did not support them after they killed 130 Pakistani children.
He was in favor of engaging them, having a dialogue with them.
Engaging, but that
Not
was
only
also, you
TTE,
said, that
any
also you
faction
said
of-
was
any faction of militant.
before they carried out the attack on the army public school. Correct. Correct. Now,
Yes.
I want to just tell you, do you remember which year the attack on the army public school happened? Does anyone here remember?
December 2014.
Yeah. I have in my
16
hand,
December.
very nice.
16
Now,
of
since
December.
you remember the date, I have in my hand an article published in July 2015 in the Dawn newspaper.
When is the date?
Happy to clarify, July 22nd or something, 2015.
Okay.
In this, it says that Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf chief Imran Khan wants talks, immediate talks with the Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan. This is 6 or 7 months after they killed 130 of your children. You realize?
Even as of
No, no, no,
today,
no,
I
no, no,
have-
no, 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 no,
I
no,
have-
no, no,
I
no,
have
no,
said
no, no.
even
This
as
is
of
the
today
limit.
that we
No,
are
no,
ready
no,
to
no, no, no.
engage
So I have
any
to.
militant group at any level, even as of today. Having dialogue with them is not like it is. We never said that, no, unlike India, that we will never have a dialogue with any
Gaurav, you
militant
saw
group,
that?
whether it is GDP or whether it is any group. If they are, we may.
But why was your
agree-
prime minister, who you have called a terrorist, also a PR agent for the people who killed your children? You have to explain.
Any militant group who is in Pakistan, who is operating in Pakistan, we are ready to have a dialogue with them.
Arnab,
Even last time Prime Minister said, we are ready to engage the Baloch fighters.
Yeah, God.
The Baloch,
Okay, viewers.
these BLA and these. Yes, we.
Gaurav, you
Prime
saw
Minister
that.
last month said this.
Have
I just
you?
want to say something.
Have you engaged the Baloch fighters?
Yes, we are trying to engage them. Prime Minister has, once he
Bad position for the Pakistani panelists tonight.
That we are trying to engage.
Gaurav Arya, last word, please.
Arnab, I just want to tell them, the Baloch never killed your children. The Baloch did not carry out bomb blasts in Lahore and Karachi and other places, They might have killed Pakistani army personnel. Sure, they have killed. They have carried out a lot of attacks. But that is a combatant-to-combatant issue. They did not kill school children. They did not carry out blasts in mosques. Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan killed 130 innocent Pakistani children and they deserve to die. You should not be talking to the Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan. You should be killing them.
And ladies and gentlemen,
Just 4 days back,
absolutely,
they killed a Pakistani army officer. 4 days back.
absolutely. We've had, now Mr. Yaqub, it was not our intention to roast you, but we've only asked you straight questions. And I hope that you will introspect on some of the questions we asked you as well as your answers. Thank you.